Gang. It's time for some paranormal stories and a mini mukbang and a coffee break. I just woke up not too long ago and I got the perfect opportunity, hopefully, to do a mini mukbang and a couple little paranormal stories, hopefully. Anyway, so this is what I have. I have a slice of cheddar cheese. Yeah, cheddar cheese. Yum yum. Already. Let's put the puzzle together here. See, you already see that I took a bite. I already took a bite out of it. Yeah, I was walking into the living room, mindlessly munching. So I took a bite out of it. And I got coffee. Yeah, it looks kind of light. I like my coffee light and sweet. I think this is donut shop coffee. Or what's that donut shop called? Oh my god, Dunkin' Donuts. It's Dunkin' Donuts donut shop coffee. And I have some creamer in it that's holiday creamer. It's chocolate mint. So this kind of tastes like hot chocolate with mint. Yeah. Anyway, and I got J-Bug over here. Bug's sleeping. Got the kid business on. Anyway, so I have a few scary experiences that are kind of sort of paranormal. One of them is, damn, I got hair in my mouth. I just do this. Anyway, one thing that happened to me one time is, well, I used to live in a big old farmhouse, and I think I was like maybe 22 years old or something like that. And I went upstairs. We never used to go upstairs. This is actually my grandma's house, and I was actually visiting, but I did live in an old farmhouse. I have a story about that too. Yeah, anyway, I was visiting my grandma, and she told me to go upstairs because we heard some noise upstairs. So I went upstairs, and old farmhouses, their steps are really, really steep and long. There's like 13, 14 steps to get up to the upstairs. So as I'm climbing up the stairs, I'm thinking, something's up there. You know, it's like, like the suspense of a scary movie. You think, something's up there. Every step I'm taking, I'm like, should I take another step? So I'd take another step. So I got to the top of the stairs, and off to my, my right, there was a bedroom. And my grandma had some old dolls in this bedroom. Like the dolls that the eyes go blinky shut, and they wear the pretty dresses, just, old dolls. And for whatever reason, I wasn't thinking that there was old dolls in there. I should have known, because the upstairs now became a storage areas, because my grandma was a hoarder. Yeah, she was a hoarder. The big H hoarder. So anyway, I look in the room, and I don't really see nothing going on. Don't even really notice the dolls, not at all. Or I didn't see them, or I wasn't aware of them or something. So then I proceeded to go around the corner, down this like hallway type of thing, to the first bedroom where my Uncle Tom used to stay. And I looked in his room, and nothing going on there. Felt kind of eerie, felt kind of weird, but nothing going on. And then the next room over was my Aunt Barb's room, and she had passed away from cancer. And her room was basically left the way it was when she stayed in it. She had a dresser with a Mexican serape on it and all her little stuff on the dresser. And her bed wasn't made, just like if she was there, And I walked into the room, and it's like all of a sudden I felt very big sadness coming over me. So it's time for me to get out of that room. Everything looks normal. Nothing's in that room. Then I heard like a noise, like paper rustling or something. And then the next room, that was over, the next bedroom is as big as our living room. I guess it was supposed to be the master bedroom. So I went to the next room. And I'm looking around in the room. I'm thinking, this feels really weird. I'm thinking this feels really weird. And I feel like there's somebody in the room with me. And I got looking, my grandma had a vanity in there that had like the 3 mirrors vanity. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, I got distracted checking myself out in the vanity. I was looking at myself in the vanity. And behind me, I thought I saw a shadow or something. And I'm going, because I have to go out in that hallway. Because the door was like behind me, like the door is here. And the vanity was pretend my cell phone that I'm talking to you. And I seen something go by. I'm like, holy shit. And I got to go out of this room, go past whatever maybe went down the hallway. So I'm kind of like froze, and I'm just like standing there. And then I start looking around more, and it's like wondering why my grandma hoards all this shit. But I'm still scared, okay? Mind you, I'm still scared. Then all of a sudden I hear somebody call my name. And I thought it was my grandma calling up the stairs. I go, yeah? And I kept saying, yeah, hey, what? I'm coming, you know, because actually I felt a little bit of relief when I heard this, because I thought my grandma was calling me. And the boogeyman, the ghost, whatever it is, now I might be scared. So I had a reason to run by there, but my grandma didn't call me. When I got back downstairs, I found out. But anyway, back to me standing in there. All of a sudden, there was a big rustling, like this box that had paper in it or something, fell over, and I'm like hell scared now, hell scared. And I still hear somebody calling my name. So that's all it took. Out the frickin' bedroom door I went, down the hallway, downstairs, bloop, 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 bloop. 2 steps at a time getting out of there. And I told my grandma, I said, I'm glad you called me, because I was like really scared, and a box fell over when I was in that room. And I don't think there was any mice or anything, you know, I don't know, but I was really hell scared. So anyway, she says, I didn't call you. And so that's still a mystery. Why did I hear somebody calling my name? That was totally weird. In the same house, after my grandfather passed away, my mom went over there to clean the house out, because by now my grandma's living in Florida, and they were trying to sell the farmhouse and the farm and everything. And my mom said that she found all kinds of satanic books and witchcraft crap and all this stuff. You know, so I don't know if my grandma was into that shit or not, but my mom found it. And she said she found like a little wooden box, and it dumped over. I don't know what part of the house she's in, but it dumped over. While she was there, it just dumped over. And so she picked up the stuff that was in it. I guess it had little jewelry and little knick-knack type things. And she said there was a pentagram, a little round pentagram type of thing that you'd put on a necklace or something. She said that pentagram jumped back into that open box. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't know. And I'll tell you a little bit about my mom. She don't make up shit like that. She really don't. In fact, my mom's a bitch. She don't believe in any of this paranormal stuff or nothing. And when my mom told me that, because we were discussing, you know, because we were the 2 heirs to this property, when when my mom told me this, it's like, whoa, I couldn't believe it. And I'll tell you another scary story. I don't know. It's not very paranormal, but I don't know what it is. This all has to do with this property. This property is haunted. It's bad news, bad juju. I don't know what happened on all this, but it's very, very bad. Anyway, so this is more when I was like a little kid. I was like, I don't know, maybe 11, 12. We had a big barn, okay? Jesse's like complaining. He's okay. You okay, baby? He just don't like me talking to anybody but him. He thinks I'm talking to somebody else. Anyway, so we had this big barn, and my grandpa had dogs. He had like 15 dogs. Some of the dogs he tied up in the barn because they would get loose and they would cause trouble. They'd bite people and stuff like that, and he didn't want to get rid of them. So they stayed tied up in the barn, and you know, it was like really cruel. I see a lot of shit that my grandparents did that was really fucking cruel. Anyway, my grandfather was outside, my grandma, and we were outside on the picnic table drinking Kool-Aid because he just got done baling hay. And I forget, somebody was helping him, but anyway, they weren't there. But we were drinking Kool-Aid. It was a nice warm summer night. And he told me to go down and close the barn doors. So I went down there and closed the barn doors because we always would feed the dogs and then close them up into the barn in the evening so they wouldn't cause trouble. We'd leave maybe 2 of them running around loose at night. These are big black dogs, like scary type dogs. They're kind of like labs, kind of like I don't even know what, but they're just black dogs. Kind of look like Rottweiler and labs mixed together. Anyway, so we were sitting there drinking the Kool-Aid, and then all of a sudden we heard something weird, like the dogs are starting barking, like they were chasing something down or something, the loose dogs. And my grandfather said, I wonder what they're into. And we're just sitting there, I'm like a little kid, I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of scared, I want to go back in the house. I was a scared little kid all the time. Anyway, so the dogs went down to the barn, and they acted like something was in the barn. Of course, the other dogs were in the barn. So my grandfather said, hey, go down there and open up the barn door, let the ones that are loose out, so whatever's going on, they can chase it down and kill it or whatever, because it was something weird, just something weird. And so I let the other dogs out of the barn, and he told me, well, you do it, let them out, but close the barn door so you don't have like skunks and weird things go into the barn. Okay, so that's what I did. I was scared walking down there, but my grandparents were on a picnic table sitting there drinking green Kool-Aid. I remember it was green Kool-Aid. And so I went down there, opened the barn door up. The dogs go shooting out of the barn, closed the door. I come running up the little hill. So went back up there, sitting there with my grandparents, and the dogs ran like across the street, and I heard them howling and barking like they were really chasing something, really chasing something. And then it got very quiet. My grandfather's just sitting there, and I'm listening, waiting for, I don't know what I was waiting for, just waiting. And my grandma, she's taking the Kool-Aid and back into the house, the Kool-Aid pitcher, and the mosquitoes were starting to bite and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then, all of a sudden, the barn doors, big barn doors. We had a pole metal barn. The barn doors were shaking, like blah, 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 shaking. Like there was a horse or a cow or something bumping its butt on the barn door, making this barn door shake. And we're just sitting there looking. And then the quiet dogs, the dogs that disappeared and were quiet, come running back. And they're looking at the barn door. They weren't saying nothing. They weren't saying nothing at all. And so now my grandfather, he's going in the house to go get a shotgun. And so we're sitting there, we're watching this barn door just shake, 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 shake. And all of a sudden this big black paw comes around, it shook the barn door open. This big black paw come around to the side, stuck its paw through the barn door where it had shook it open, and then it pulled its paw back, and we're like, what the fuck was that? And we still don't know. Honest to God, I still don't know, but that was really freaking scary. Very, very scary. Scary, scary, scary. Another scary thing that happened, you're going to think this is hella funny. My grandparents were wealthy, okay, but they were Depression area people. So they didn't have a bathroom in the house. Yes, I used an outhouse my whole life at my grandparents' house. We had an outhouse. And the outhouse was scary. Yeah. You know why it was scary? Because we had a trash heap. They didn't have trash collection out there. So we had this trash heap on the other side of the outhouse, which was tin cans and just garbage. I mean, what they could burn, they would burn. But I'd have a trash heap. So you go into the bathroom and you lock the door. It has like a little eye hook thing. You lock the door. You sit down. And then all of a sudden I had a rat run across the top of because like the outhouse was nice, but it had this like thing like across, like, you know, like how I'm sitting on a couch. It had this thing like across the top of it, the back of the seat where you could put toilet tissue and stuff like that. And a fucking rat ran across there. Oh, it was so scary. Oh my God. Another time I was in the outhouse, all of a sudden I hear sniff, 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 sniff. And I didn't have the door latched, and the door started coming open a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, holy shit. It was the neighbor's hog. The neighbor had this big white mama hog, and she's sniffing around because the trash heap next to the outhouse. And she knows I'm in the outhouse, and she's got little baby piggy wiggies. And I'll tell you something about pigs. They're protective of their babies. They're mean as shit. You don't want to mess with a mama hog that has babies. And she was clearly out of her jurisdiction because she lived at the next farm over. She came over there just poking around. I don't know. Any wild animal, any animals used to come to our farm just to come poking around. Our ranch, cattle ranch. It was a 200-acre cattle ranch. And my grandfather used to farm it. He used to raise soybeans, oats, and corn, and wheat. And, of course, hay for our large animals to eat. Anyway, Mama Pig, she was trying to get in that outhouse to get me. I guess she thought I was going to get one of her little baby pork chops. But I was so scared, so I had to stay in the outhouse like for about 4 hours while she was poking around. I popped my head out of the outhouse. I thought I didn't hear her, and she was rooting in the trash over there. So I made a beeline to the house. And those mama pigs, those 400-pound mama pigs, they are fast. They're like greased lightning. I'm lucky I didn't get chewed up. Damn piggy wiggies. I have no remorse on eating bacon, because those piggy wiggies are mean. I'm sorry if you're a vegan or something. I don't like killing animals, and I cannot bring myself to kill animals. But I kind of put my mind on autopilot when I go to the grocery store and I see like hunks of beef and stuff like that. I'm sorry, gang. But I used to be a vegetarian because I was upset over all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe getting older. Maybe I love animals. And I feel guilty about eating it, but I'm not going to make excuses. I do what I do, and you do what you do. So if I offended somebody, I'm really, truly sorry. And thank you, animals, for giving your life so I can have a meal. For real.